Hashtag Mexico versus South Africa, the match nobody is taking seriously. Yet nobody is talking about this, but Mexico versus South Africa could become the most surprising match of the tournament. Most fans have already decided how this game will go. They see Mexico playing in front of a massive crowd in Mexico City and think the result is obvious. But what if it isn't? What if South Africa walks into one of the most intimidating stadiums in football and shocks everyone? And what if Mexico, despite all the expectations, feels the pressure more than anyone? Before you lock in your prediction, hear me out, because by the end of this video, you might completely change your mind. And right now, I want to know, who do you think wins this match? Mexico or South Africa? Why Mexico fans are so confident. Let's start with Mexico. It's easy to understand why their supporters are feeling confident. First of all, they're playing in front of one of the loudest crowds in world football. The atmosphere in Mexico City can be overwhelming. Every tackle gets cheered, every attack gets amplified, every mistake by the opponent gets punished by thousands of voices. That kind of support can completely change a game. But it's not just the crowd. Mexico has a long football tradition. They're used to big stages, they're used to pressure, and many fans believe this is exactly the kind of match they should win. In fact, some supporters aren't asking whether Mexico will win. They're asking by how many goals. But here's the question nobody seems to be asking. Could confidence become overconfidence? Because we've seen it happen before in football. Teams walk into a match expecting victory, then suddenly they're chasing the game, and everything changes. Do you think Mexico is being underrated? Or are people already giving them too much credit? Let me know below. Why South Africa could shock everyone. Everyone. Now let's talk about South Africa. This is where things get interesting, because underdogs are dangerous. When nobody expects you to win, you play with freedom. You take risks. You fight harder. And sometimes that's exactly what creates football history. South African fans know their team has heard all the predictions. They've heard people saying Mexico is too strong. They've heard people saying the atmosphere will be too much. They've heard people counting them out. And that can become powerful motivation. Imagine the first 20 minutes. Mexico is attacking. The crowd is roaring. Everyone expects an early goal. But then South Africa starts defending well. The clock keeps ticking. The pressure starts building. Suddenly, who feels nervous? Not the underdog, the favorite. That's when surprises happen. And if South Africa gets the first goal, everything changes. The crowd gets quieter, the pressure doubles, the game becomes a completely different story. Here's my question. Would a South African victory be the biggest upset of the group stage? Tell me what you think. The factor nobody is talking about. There is one thing that could decide this entire match. Pressure. Not talent, not tactics. Pressure. Think about it. Mexico is expected to perform, expected to entertain, expected to win. Those expectations can become a burden. Every missed chance feels bigger. Every mistake feels bigger. Every minute without a goal increases anxiety. South Africa, on the other hand, may enter the match with much less pressure. That freedom can be incredibly dangerous. Football history is full of favorites who looked unbeatable before kickoff. Then reality hit. One mistake, one counterattack, one moment, and everything changed. So here's the debate. Which is stronger in football, confidence or pressure? I genuinely want to know your answer. 3 bold predictions. Now it's time for some bold predictions. Prediction number 1. This match will be much closer than most people expect. I don't think either team will have an easy night. Prediction number 2. The first goal will completely change the direction of the game. If Mexico scores first, the crowd could carry them forward. If South Africa scores first, panic could start creeping in. Prediction number 3. And this is the controversial one. If South Africa survives the opening stages without conceding, they will believe they can win. Not draw. Win. And that belief can become extremely dangerous. Do you agree with that? Or am I completely wrong? Let me know in the comments. The nightmare scenario. Let's imagine a scenario. It's the 75th minute. The score is still level. The crowd is getting restless. Every missed pass is met with frustration. Every chance feels like it could decide the match. Now ask yourself, which team handles that moment better? The favorite carrying expectations? Or the underdog playing with nothing to lose? Those final minutes could create a moment people talk about for years. And that's why this match is so fascinating. Because football isn't played on paper, it's played on the pitch. And anything can happen. Final verdict. So who do I think wins? I think Mexico has the advantage. The crowd, the environment, the experience, those factors matter. But I don't think this will be easy. Not even close. South Africa has a real opportunity to surprise people if they stay disciplined and take their chances. That's what makes this match so difficult to predict. And honestly, the possibility of an upset is exactly why so many people will be watching. Hasha, your turn. Now, I want to hear from you. Who wins this match? Mexico or South Africa? What's your score prediction? And don't just give me a score. Tell me why. Will Mexico dominate in front of their home crowd, or will South Africa shock the football world? Drop your prediction below. I'll be reading every comment, and let's see who gets it right before kickoff.